morning, good morning. Just tuning in, you're listening to Legally Speaking with attorney Antoinette Osbourne. This morning, we are focusing on documents where you are presenting them, whether it's to immigration or just in a court setting. We want to ensure that you have the correct documentation. I want you also to look at your documents. You'd be surprised that on your documents, your mother's name, her legal name, is not on the birth certificate. It is her pet name. And then when you look to go later on to file for your mom, because some people, especially in like the islands, we most people have a second name, right? That's it. I've had people that I grew up with all my life, and I know them by a certain name, and then they call the office and they give a completely different name. Like, who are, I don't know you. And then they have to say the other name, and I'm like, okay, put through the call. I mean, it's people just have different names, but what will happen is when you are in a territory where a lot of people have AKAs, right? Some AKAs you can't really put it on paper, yeah? But some you do. And what you'll find is with regards to these aliases, some of your government documents may have your parents' pet name. And the issue arises where you're looking to file for your parent, and here we have a mismatching name. So here we go now with the explanation. Look at your documents, look at who is registered on the documents as your parents. Some people are seeking to have their children file for them. And I find this mostly with fathers, right? So they're looking to either file for their dad or their dad to file for them. There is no father listed, right? So if it is that you're looking to file for your father, I'm going to encourage you, especially if you're in a jurisdiction where people are not marrying these days, right? So most of the hospitals, if it is that there's no one there to claim that child, they're not putting a child on the birth certificate. Some women may also not put a father on the birth certificate because I'm not sure. It's just that unfortunately happens sometimes. So with regards to, and I want to encourage children, especially if it is that you're looking to file for your father, ensure that the birth certificate, your birth certificate, has him listed as a father. Yeah, you'd be surprised. Some people also, there has to be some form of rectification of birth certificates, because there was one man on the name when you were born, and later in life there is another man on the birth certificate. So here we have an uphill battle, whether it is that you're being replaced, right? Or you are replacing somebody else on the birth certificate as dad. The late entry, look at your documents again. Look at the time of entry of the father on the birth certificate. This is a fraud trigger. Some fathers are being registered 2, 3 years, sometimes 10, 15 years after. Makes absolutely no sense to me. People are more into the physical day to day, but your documents are extremely important. So I don't know. My father was a bossy Negro, honey. His name is on all the birth certificate from conception. My father don't play that. My father don't believe in a no stepfather business. Nope, one father. All right. So some Tracy Nina asks how to get her Jamaican citizenship back, her dual citizenship. If she was Jamaican who was born Jamaican, and then she naturalized and she became a US citizen. Jamaica and the United States recognizes that dual citizenship. So I'm not sure what does she mean to get her Jamaican citizenship back, right? It's there, right? So Amarilla said he has a black and white birth certificate too. I'm telling you, that means me and Amarilda, we all in our life now, right? So we had that sort of birth certificate.